Hey everybody, welcome to the Midweek Check-In. I am checking in with you guys on week 2 of our 21 days of prayer and fasting. I hope you guys are hanging in there and that you're following along. This is such a powerful experience and so much good stuff every single day. Getting in scripture, having focus on what to pray about and pray for, and knowing that we are doing so with one another across the entire world. The Foursquare denomination is in the entire world, not just in our nation. And that is so powerful. I don't know if that sinks in with you, but we're all in agreement with what we're reading and what we're praying, and that is awesome. Well, this week does not fail to bring some really powerful concepts also. We're talking this week about how the power of Jesus, and some of the ideas throughout the week are Jesus as healer, Jesus as miracle worker, and Jesus as deliverer, just to name a few, right? Like, these are just 3 that I picked out that are so powerful and so awesome. And as I was reading through these this week, I got to thinking, like, actually, Jesus is these things. And because he is in us and we are in him, we actually have the power also to heal. We actually have the power also to deliver those around us. We actually have the power to make miracles happen. Are you able to kind of grasp that concept? Because he is in you. We want to acknowledge all the things that Jesus does. He is still in the business of healing. He is still in the business of doing miracles. And he is still in the business of delivering us every single day. One of the things I also got to asking myself, the question was about, or kind of centered around this idea, don't, won't, or can't. For example, do we just don't see his miracles all around us? Is this something we won't see because it's hard? It's maybe makes us really feel vulnerable, or do we just literally can't? I think sometimes we have to ask ourselves these questions when we think of the power of Jesus and what he is capable of doing. Either we don't just engage with the fact that he is the healer and that we too can be healers with him in us and us through him, that we just don't acknowledge that he is performing miracles every day, and that we just don't realize that we actually might even ourselves be in bondage and that we need deliverance from that, or those around us. Maybe we're holding those around us in bondage, or those around us need deliverance, or maybe they are being delivered, but they aren't able to see that. Maybe we just don't acknowledge those things. Maybe we just won't acknowledge those things. We won't acknowledge that Jesus is the healer, that he is doing miracles, and that he is a deliverer because it's too painful. It actually makes us feel really vulnerable. So we won't acknowledge that. Or maybe we're worried or afraid to be disappointed in what we expect or think he should be doing versus what he actually is being a part of and drawing us into and calling us to. The same thing can be applied, of course, for deliverance. Or what about can't? What if we just can't? What if we've been through so much in our life that we ultimately can't see him as a healer? We can't see his miracles, and we can't see him as the deliverer. He has power to meet us in any of these places. And as we spend time this week in the 21 days of prayer and fasting and going through this section for the week, the scripture that we're in and the prayer that we're in, maybe we need to offer up prayers of our own about how we don't, won't, or can't engage in what is right before us every single day because of the power that he has imparted to us, what he has done, his gospel. He has overcome it all, right? It's awesome stuff if we sit down and really think about it. My prayer for you this week is that you would be willing to think of yourself as a healer, to be able to see him as a healer, and maybe to even see the miraculous ways that he is healing, or healing those around you, or calling you into being a healer. And the same thing with deliverance. We together get to be his hands and feet. Not only did he go before us and do these things, and does he not still do them today because he is alive and well and moving and working on our behalf, but he is also calling us to be co-laborers in these miraculous things also. You guys, this is powerful stuff, and I hope you're able to let it sink into your hearts, that you're able to wrap your heads around it. It is a mysterious thing, so it's not going to necessarily make sense to our logical minds all the time. Sometimes we just have to step out in faith. That's my prayer for you guys this week. Have faith. He is healing, he is doing miracles, and he is delivering every single day. Would you be willing to see that? All right, you guys, that's it for me. Be blessed, go, stick with it, and I'll see you next week.